This is probably going to be one of the only videos of this alarm on YouTube, since this is right now the only one in a collector's hands as of right now. This is a Norelco safety. I'll read this because I assume this is the model, but I don't know for sure. NR-256-D-101-E. Don't know if that's the actual model number, but this is based off a Dicon 350, which is one of these. Which, this I got from one of my friends. So that's cool. This one is going to another collector, so I'm making this video now, just so I have just a dedicated video on it before I get rid of it. So, yeah, you may have seen these before, a few times. They've been spotted in homes, not very often. One was spotted in like 2022 and 23 by Adam. One was spotted by also Adam on one of his streams last year, somewhere in September. And then quite recently, actually, we had a set of 3 of them, including one being a fail. It was sitting on a shelf. There was a set of 3. I forgot who found it. I think it was like Matthew Kite or something. I think that's his name. He found those 3, and then Adam found the other 2, and then recently this one popped up on Macari for like $50, and how I got this was very weird. It was late at night randomly, and I was listening to music, and then Sydney came on my server, and then he jumped in the boat and he started freaking out and started pinging Leah like 10,000 times and said instead of her grail popped up, and then I looked at the chat and I was like, wait, is that what I think it is? And then I click on it, and lo and behold, it was. Knowing people were not awake at 1 in the morning, I snatched this thing immediately just so that way I can get Leah her grail. So, since I have this for a couple days, I decided why not, I'll just make a video on it. So with that long introduction out of the way, the overall design of this unit is actually really interesting, because unlike the 350, the cover is completely different. Which, in one hand, it has side vents. It doesn't have front vents. Well, the only real front vent is this target horn right here, which, as you can tell, it's for the Piezo. So, it's got that target horn. They had a Dicon 300 version of this. I don't own one. I think the only person that owns one is Nathaniel. I'm not sure if any others, but those are far more common than these. So, if you want to see the Norelco logo up close, there you go. The only Norelco branded smoke alarm I've ever touched. I'm still after the smoky versions. So hopefully I get one of those, like a 0933 and 0933A, 0938 particularly, the one with the test buttons. But with those aside, as you can tell in the middle here is the escape light, just like the 350. It's exactly the same too, as you can see. But you may also notice the button is different. This is the rarer, which typically came in these style buttons, these Norelco Safety 350s. They had this little slot test button. I call it the slot because it looks like a lone slot on like the SA76RS or something. It just reminds me of that, so I just call it like the slot test button. And those appeared also on these, but on the older versions. They're the rarer models. This one does not have that. It has the fatter test button, but the one Jen Eaton owns has the thin test button. So, yeah, this button's very interesting to push. It's very gummy. So, yes, so of course you got the side event I talked about. Say the target horn. Now flipping it off to the other side, there's some of your labels. You got your issue number there. Single station smoke detector. I don't know if that's a date code. I don't think it is. And then there's some of the information. Other than that those labels in the back, there is nothing on the inside of this cover, but I'll be showing you the inside of this cover. But first, we're going to run a couple tests. One, we're going to do the regular initial test button. There you go. So that's what it sounds like. It just sounds like your average typical 90s, 80s smoke alarm, or even like regular. Sometimes even like if you really consider like modern smoke alarms, they sound the same, but they just have the code 3 pulsing. And then our second test is going to be the smoke spray test. So I'll do like one little spray, and I'll count in my head to see how long the initial response time is. That was a 1.5 second response time. So that's really good, especially for vintage alarm standards. That's really good response time, especially something made in the 80s. So now I'll show you what the inside of this alarm looks like. So it's got the 2 batteries, of course. It's your typical battery style. I can show you the action of the bulb. It does not want to do it anymore. There you go. That's the action of the bulb. I'll unplug these batteries now since I don't need them anymore. We could test for dying sound. I don't think it has one. It doesn't. So yeah, here's what the inside looks like. It's your same base as the regular Dicon 350. I'm pretty sure exactly the same. I'll look at my other one just to make sure. Yeah, pretty much the same exact base circuitry. So same everything. Like even as different as the cover looks, and even with the rare test button, it has the same exact internals. They just changed the test button on the front cover. So the bulb, I'll unscrew the bulb so you can see it. Here's what the bulb looks like. If I could focus on it. Pretty sure there's something, it says something right there, but my camera won't focus on it. So it says 6.0.5A. So we can have the camera focus on the alarm now. And then what's interesting is I didn't notice this before, but Adam's 350 had the same like alarm light text here, and it's spelled wrong because it says LITE, but alarm is spelled correctly. But Adam's 350 actually had this. So it looks like right here there's a broken tab here, but I don't know if it came like that. I think it came like that. Like this plastic's very brittle. It breaks easily. So thankfully it's still functional. It doesn't hurt anything. So that's good. You got your ionization chamber right there. Your very typical americium sensor. And then there's the faceplate from behind. Like here's the button. It's like that. It's very simple design. And then there's the light from the other side. It has this textured grooving on it. And then there's the other side of the horn cutout. So according to Leah, these were only made for like a year. Like this particular rebrand of it was only made for a year. So that's why they're incredibly rare to find now. So this is like only the 6th one known to exist. There was the 3 in that one house, the 2 that Adam found in 2 different houses, and then this one. So yeah, that is my video overview of the Norelco Safety NR-whatever, I don't care, Dicon 350 rebrand. If I figure out an actual model number, I assume if anything that is the model number, but we could always look on like old catalogs and newspapers. There'll probably be a model number listed somewhere, but these are just so rare that it's just like hard to come across any kind of information on these. So anyways, that's all for this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like. I will see you guys next time.